it's true. Like if you deal with a girl and she has like hoe tendencies, you're just about all right, recreational use only, and you ain't gonna take her serious.
That's true.
And he's well known, by the way.
Yeah, he's actually a celebrity magician. Shout out to our boy Jabrizi. Sergio Barrios, $500, Mexican, 500 pesos. Thank you so much. Master Pope, please, Yoga Flame, Jake Paul into oblivion. The War Room is the best network and it's not even close. Cheers. Thank you so much for that, bro. And then we got $20 from Gina Smiles. Congrats on 500K. Thank you, Gina. Appreciate it.
Gina.
Shout out to Gina. Uncle Ricky, $100. Interate, what? Instarate, please.
Instarate, please.
Oh, Instarate, please. Okay, and he puts his Instagram. Also, I worry your good woman stays home while you go out is cultural rather than universal. I want a girl to party with. I'm down to hook up with other people with her. Did boot camp with Owen Cook. Lots of girls plus healthy relationships.
I like him.
He says that on here, but come on, man. It's cap. I think I was the first. Like, no dude is okay with their girl getting fucked by another guy.
But why would he say
We didn't
it?
say other guy.
No one ever said that.
Because he's probably going to slide into your DMs later and say, I'll take you on a date.
I was
I'm
lying.
open.
And I won't.
I'm open.
Stop.
$10. Shout out to the Kings, FNF Chris and the FNF podcast, Tate and the lovely guest. Congratulations on the 500K. Most YouTubers take years to get 1 million subs, and y'all got started a year ago. Legends. Yeah, we had 500K in a year.
Thanks,
It's awesome. 13 months. Nick Pinn, $100. I think I was the first or second one to order the merch hoodie. Salute to Fresh and Fit for the 500K subs. Myron, the Marksman, LOL, and Fresh in the Lambo.
Lambo boys.
And then are we got back up to ping, Chris?
Let's see.
Yeah, we are. Okay, so Miss Blue, go ahead, take it away.
Well, I forgot where we were going with it. So.
Why you want a woman to fly the plane?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. I am not entirely disagreeing with you that men and women are different and have different strengths. I completely agree. And I think that because men, and so maybe, you know what? Maybe I can agree with you on that.
High five. Let's leave it there. Don't ruin it.
No.
Baby,
No.
you look smart now. Just leave it. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up, baby. Listen,
Women.
one second, because Mars is in the high Taurus.
You're annoying.
Mars is in high Taurus, baby.
I am a Taurus.
You don't need to keep talking, baby. Mars is in high
No.
Taurus.
She must.
Men may have physically stronger attributes than women.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. But we also give
It's not
birth.
a maybe. It's biological fact. It's not a maybe.
But we also give birth.
Of course.
And we carry a child.
I agree. I'm
And
saying
we've done that for years and years.
You do amazing things. You do such amazing things. Females are such amazing creatures. You create life.
I don't think that it's fair. So this is where I was going with that, is that I don't think it's necessarily fair to hold one higher than the other just because your physical attributes that you withhold within your body are different than ours. They're both amazing strengths. And because of that, all right, because of that, you guys maybe when it comes to, calculating shit, you might be able to do that faster than us. Emotionally and mentally, when it comes to processing our feelings, we may be able to do that faster than you.
We did.
So what I'm saying is that you're not necessarily higher in ranks and we are not necessarily higher in ranks than you, but we are both equal in the sense that just as there is a yin, there is a yang.
Yes.
And both are equally as important to coexist with one another. So you are no better than us and we're no better than you. But we both have strengths and we both have weaknesses and they are meant to balance each other out. So therefore, I do believe that we're equal.
All right.
Baby, listen, baby.
Then you're up next, and then you're up next.
Baby.
Baby.
No, listen. Everything you just said is everything I was fucking saying. Now, listen.
Yes, it is.
It's amazing how quickly I can get her to agree with everything I say. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Now she's all like, yeah, Tate said it, and she's like loving it. Listen, that's exactly what I said. You girls are completely, you females can do things men could never do. The fact that women can give life is literally a miracle. It's a beautiful thing. I'm not saying that the world can function without women. I'm not saying you're valueless. In fact, I'm saying that you're all so important that if you were to get on a plane about to fly through a hurricane and you tried to choose a chick, I'd have to slap you in the fucking mouth and say, know what you're doing, because you're going to die. You need a man. Men have evolved to protect females. You live in a world now where all this feminist crap is going to convince you that men are out here to oppress you. We're not out here to oppress you. We spent the largest majority of human time going to die in a field by ourselves to protect you while you sat at home. It's absolutely disrespectful to look at all the men who died in World War I, World War II, charging through fucking gunfire to protect their wives and children. That's why they did it.
But
You
the
don't
women
know.
didn't sit at
No,
home,
no,
they
I'm
raised
talking. I'm
children.
talking.
Don't cut them off.
I'm talking.
It's
This is
important.
what men do. We've evolutionarily, we're designed to protect you. That's why we have faster reactions. And that's why if you get rid of the feminist, fem-centric crap and actually be truthfully honest with yourself, if you were to go into any kind of dangerous scenario, you would want a man at the helm. That makes you, and admitting that makes you a lot more of a woman than sitting there going, no, I want an Instagram influencer. I want some bimbo bitch on the fucking plane. You don't. You want some old dude who's going to sit there, who flew planes his whole life. That's who I fucking want, and that's who you want. It's the truth.
Okay, so did you have something you wanted to say back to that, or?
I do, because
Okay, and then them too, please.
you guys, you may have in the past done that, and that was the situation. Just as you protected the country or whoever, we protected the children. We had to raise them. We had to bear them. Okay, so that is also equally as important. However,
But you didn't get shot. But yes, I agree. Carry on.
but we also gave birth, and this was before epidural. So what are we talking about? If you could do that and you could birth a whole child, a whole human through your pussy, I will commend you. But until you do that, I can't. But I can say, however, that feminism isn't about women needing to be equal physically. It's about women needing to be equal in our rights. So that's not saying that, you guys can protect us, but we need to be able to protect you too. It's saying that we deserve a certain level of respect that you demand. We deserve the same amount of respect that you demand from us.
My dear.
We deserve that, and we are demanding that from you for being able to hold our weight and do the same things just in different ways. That's what feminism is about. It's not about, well, we sat at home, so we, no.
My dear, I don't want you and I to argue too much and conquer the podcast. I agree with I understand what you're saying. You're saying that feminism is about women having equal rights under the law. Let me give you a very quick red pill. Women have basically every advantage under the law today. Any divorce court, any court when it comes to custody, there's not a single law where they say men can do this and women can't do this. But there's about 1,000 that say women can and men can't. So you already have an advantage under the law. So you can drop the feminism crap. And what I'm saying is, when I talk about femcentrism, when you're going to sit here and lie to yourself and pretend you want a female pilot on that plane, what you have to understand is, to some degree, you've been programmed by a femcentric society, which is telling you that in a scenario where you have to make a very binary and simple choice, you don't feel comfortable enough to say, I want a man in control. You all just sat here and said you want a relationship with a man in control. But when you're on a plane in a hurricane, you don't want a man in control. You're lying to yourselves. And I'm telling you this now. You need to resist the slave mind. And I'm telling you this because the world we live in, because the world we live in now is nothing but slave minds. The people who wear the mask in their car by themselves because the news told them to, and they're getting their 15th booster shot. This is the slave mind. When you're sitting here repeating things, not because they're honest, because you think it's the right thing to say, then you need to seriously analyze where you got those opinions from and if they're actually true. Because I'm telling you now, the smartest thing a woman could say is, you know what? If I had to get on that plane, I'd rather my man fly it than me. It ain't me. My man drives the car.
I don't care.
Okay, sure.
Right.
When you and your man go driving, you and your man have to drive across the country. Who's driving? Probably the man.
Me.
So you just need to be more honest with yourselves. And when we say you're lying, we're not trying to insult you. We're trying to say that you're bought into a slave mindset. You're bought into this narrative, and you think you have to say girl. You really don't. I'll sit here and say I want women to look after my children in a play school. I'm not gonna sit here and go, dudes. I want dudes. That's bullshit. And that's what you girls look like. You look like you're doing that, and that's why I'm warning you against it.
All right. So you had something and you had something. Go ahead.
Okay, so piggyback off both what y'all saying. So I think men, obviously, if it was the pilot situation, I'll pick a man. Not because I feel safer with a man or I feel safer with a man. It's just facts. Who dominate the pilot field? Men. Who have more experience? Men. If I pick a woman, come on now, guys. There's less than 10% pilots that are females in this world. Let's be very honest. Aside from supporting sisters, supporting our men, who do we really sit here and think is gonna like save us in this situation? A man. Yeah, we can sit here and be like, yeah, we're gonna support our girls. Of course, I want to support my sister, of course, no matter what she is. But if we're looking at the situation for what it is, if we're like going down, who do you want? The person, the gender who had the most experience, which is men. It doesn't matter if it's like biological or whatever it is, it's facts. Men dominate the pilot field. We're not like, let's like set aside all like the feminism and all that. Men just dominated. So yeah, I could agree that, yeah, I would want a woman because I feel more safer and like, you know, I can relate to a female, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, who have the most pilot degrees?
But also who have been legally able to hold jobs longer.
You're right, because men have like for his like as long as like history could like be written, men has always ran stuff. We didn't have like rights to say anything. We didn't get like rights till what, like 1950s.
It was not that long ago, wasn't it?
Girl, it was recent. So this is new. Like the whole feminism, like this is like the third wave, honestly, because before women were really fighting for real things, like, you know, like just being able to buy a house, things like that. Right now we're just fighting to like wear clothes and things like that. That's really what we're fighting for. The women who like fought for real things already won the battle. At this point, men just want to feel like they're dominant. Women want to feel like, you know, submissive. Not every female feel like that. But if we're talking about the situation where like the plane's going down, we got to be realistic. Men dominate the field, so we're going to want a man regardless of how we feel.
That's facts.
Okay, you had March.
Yeah, I think I picked a woman, and I wasn't like woman because I wanted to defend them. It's just because I think like biologically, yeah, men are stronger in some things, women are too, but women are smart. They're very smart. And if you would have told me like a street fight, I would have said a man. No hesitancy, like right straight up. But a woman on a plane can be very calm and very smart and know faster and better what to do, because in school it's proved like women are better in school in general. So I'll just say like well, you need to learn how to fly a plane. Like you need to do that. So
I got this. Ladies, you guys I got you, Andrew, for a second. The problem is that you guys are responding with your emotions and you're not thinking logically, which is fine. You're on a podcast. You got some guys on here that are challenging your belief system. Probably the first time in your life you've ever been told by a man that you can't do something because guys are trying to get laid when they deal with you. I get it. But the reality is this, okay? Men are physically superior to women. That's a biological fact.
Yeah.
We're stronger than you guys.
But we're talking about driving a plane.
Hold on, let me finish. We're stronger than you guys. We have higher bone density. We have more muscle mass. We have fast reaction time compared to you guys. You look at professional video gamers. They're all men. They're not girls. Girls that play video games professionally still get stomped, and they don't have any physical advantages as far as like the man goes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not physicality. It's reaction time. Look at athletes. Men and women athletes, even in sports where it doesn't necessarily require like physicality, the men win. Why? Because men are superior physically, and a lot of the times with reaction times and everything, things that involve physicality, men are superior. Now, you mentioned birthing a child. Yes, men can't do that, and there's things that women can do that men can't, and vice versa. But ladies, you got to accept the reality that men tend to be better at things that deal with physicality, protection, provisioning, etc. So
and panic,
as well, because that comes into physicality. If I told you guys, question, you're defending a kingdom, you got 20,000 men, you got 20,000 women. Who are you going to send to battle? The 20,000 women or the 20,000 men?
the men.
Okay, now here's the thing. The women are capable of going to battle, correct?
Of course.
They're capable, but they're inferior. So if all the stakes are on that battle, you're going to send the best and the brightest. You're going to send the men, correct? So if you send the men, that doesn't mean that the women aren't capable of doing it. It just means that the men are far better at doing it. So same thing with the pilot. Women can be pilots too, but men are better pilots because we have more of them, and women choose not to become pilots, and the ones that do are not as good as the guys.
100% agree.
So, you know, are there anomalies out there, women that could be as good at pilots as men? Sure. But the reality is most aren't. Women don't care about being pilots. Women don't care about being engineers. Women don't care about being architects. Women don't care about entering certain job positions. That's fine. It's all a choice. But a lot of the times, the reason why women choose to go into certain careers and not others is because women are better at certain things than men are. They want to be nurses. They want to be teachers. They want to be play school. They want to work in nursing schools, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Nurseries. Like women are better with people. Men are better with things. There's nothing wrong with that. He's not saying that men are better than women. He never said that.
We all agreed on that. Yeah.
No, because she kept saying a couple times, well, that doesn't mean that someone is higher than another. No, all he's simply saying is that someone is higher than another in a certain aspect.
Situation.
That does
agree,
not
yeah.
mean
Everybody
that does not mean that men
Yeah.
are better than
I don't
women
disagree
or
with
vice
that.
Okay,
versa.
good.
And look,
Yeah, Jake
But
was on point with that.
It just so happens that men are better than women at all the things that keep society running.
and look, if you
In a
want,
patriarchal
That's a fact.
society,
And look,
in a patriarchal
if you
society,
want-
if we were in a matriarchal society, it would be different because we would be doing things
You guys would have been
less
killed
linear.
you've
Oh
been
my
dead.
God.
You wouldn't
I
exist.
How would
disagree.
we- How would we be killed?
So look,
okay, we'll see.
if you want,
off. Wait, no, hold on.
We'll just
Name-
see what
hold on,
happens
hold on,
in
hold
the
on.
next 100 years.
Hold on, no. Quick question.
We'll see how we
Name,
go. at
name
this
one
rate.
matriarchy that has stood the test of time.
Name one patriarchy that stood the test of time.
The one you're in right now.
We've only been around what 240 something years.
I'll
We don't
answer
know
a
how long
question
it's
for
been
you.
How long does a what is it called? How long does the shit usually last? What's the
Okay,
word?
let me
Like
put it
250?
simply for you. The reason
Look
why
where we're at.
matriarchy has never stood the test of time is because if a woman-led society was there, they would get conquered by the men. The men would come in, kill all the soldiers, take the beautiful ones, and that's it. Y'all will be gone. The matriarchy has never stood the test of time because they've been destroyed by every patriarchy since.
That's true. That is true, my dear.
We've never really seen a female
And-
built
No,
society.
no, you
either,
have.
know?
No, you have.
Can you
This is
explain
this is
one,
the
for
thing about
example?
history. You must understand. Myron's making a very important point.
Mhm.
Please, and when I was saying earlier about resist the slave mind, this is what exactly. This is one of those situations where you have to keep your mind open, right?
Okay.
Resist the slave mind. Resist it. Since the dawn of human time, every single society that we can name
Okay.
was led by men. Agreed?
I agree.
Okay. What is the odds of that being?
Oh, except Egypt.
No, you had Cleopatra.
Yeah, each.
You had
It was
Cleopatra.
very
No.
heavily influenced by women.
You had no. Cleopatra was a queen, but society was run by men. The household, the man was in charge.
I agree.
So having a queen is different than because England's. Let's not go down that route. You had Boudicca, you had a bunch of things. So let's not go down that route. Right. The point is that what's the odds of that happening by statistical anomaly? Right.
Maybe like
50 chance. Every civilization since the dawn of human time, it ends up being men. What's the odds of that? Basically zero. Agreed?
I agree.
Okay, so the reason that you can only name societies that were run by men is because all the societies that were run by women, which did exist, were decimated and destroyed so quickly they don't even have history to fucking write about. They didn't build shit, they didn't write shit. Because the second they said, we're a bunch of pussies and chicks are in charge, the dudes turned up and fucked them up.
But see,
Now you have to understand that the world now is a lot less competitive than it used to be. It used to be survival of the fittest, and the fittest societies are patriarchal societies.
I agree.
That's a reality. Now she said the next 100 years, let's see what happens. I actually agree with her. We are moving in the West to a femme-centric society.
I agree.
We are moving here in the West to a society where females have more power than men. She said earlier that feminism means we need the same rights. You already have more rights and more laws protecting you than men do. You're already in charge. But if you look at how society is going, if you actually look at the crime rate, you look at the falling birth rate, you look at the fact that most women are completely depressed and can't find a man they love, you look at the fact that everyone's having abortions and running around doing all this crazy shit, I think society is getting worse. And the reason I think it's getting worse is because there's not enough big, strong men around to keep things in line. I think the happiest societies in the world are patriarchal societies. So when we make this point, when you're saying we need a matriarchal society, it hasn't been tried, it's been tried. You all just fucking lost because it's not competitive. And the second the West becomes fully matriarchal, you're going to lose to Russia, to China. You're just going to be outcompeted and destroyed.
I
That
don't
is what's
think that it
going to
should be
happen.
matriarchal
Can I ask a question
necessarily.
from your theory?
Was there? I know someone wanted to chime something in before we go into another
No,
question.
go
Did anyone
ahead.
have anything? Nope. Okay, go ahead.
No, so like from what you're saying, men have always been able to like dominate women. That's just always what it's been. Like the only time I've ever seen women run stuff is like on Futurama. I can't lie on an episode.